Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines. We are playing this new series of ours and we've only got these rural highways and they're pretty busy, I must say. So I think we're going to have traffic issues fairly quickly. In between episodes, I did fill in a little bit more over here and we'll quickly dash on over here. What I've done is I've tried to improve this a little bit. So I've split it up into a few nodes. So what we'll do is I'll show you based on this guy, you'll be able to see there's a number of nodes. Yeah, here you can see there's a node, there's a node, there's a node. So this is now effectively a 4-node intersection so that we can actually split these things out this way. What we could also do is we could expand this to make it a little section of 4 lanes if this continues to be a problem. So they've got their own little lane similar to what we've done in this little location over here. But all in all, I think it works a charm. Sometimes there's something that's a little funny like that, but I think generally it works a charm. I might, the thing is what I've done over here, and maybe, you know what, we'll put it back because it's causing a little bit of a challenge. So what I've done is I've actually, is it this one? Now I can't remember which one it was. It's this one, I think. Let's have a look. So I've done that. So now they kind of they'll allow multiple vehicles in there. So let's just see what's the issue. Yeah, that's better. Now they're actually stopping. Still not perfect, but I think it's much better. Much better. Waiting, getting your gap, waiting, getting your gap, waiting. Yeah, I think much better. Much better. That was the right call. So anyway, now it's it still gets busy, and we might have to come and upgrade it again at some point. But for now, for the time being, it's working. What I've done is I've actually let's quickly have a look at Traffic Manager President. So I'll quickly show you what is happening with regards to speeds. So these are 100 kilometers an hour. They then go into 80 as the road drops down just a little bit, and then 60 through the town center over here. And this will kind of become the town center. We'll still work on that. In these general areas, it's 40. So now through here, you shouldn't really see main road traffic coming through here. That's the thing. What we can also have a quick look at is, so we'll be using stop control on these guys, just to make it slow and steady to go through here, safe for kids to play in the street, that kind of thing. And then up here, we've got this main line running without stopping. They've got the right of way to run straight through here. And these have some giveaways over there. But as traffic gets more and gets bigger and busier, we will certainly see a lot more happening. So wanted to have a quick look, something that we touched on in the previous or in the first episode, but I didn't explain too much. These are kind of the mods, as you can see. There is, which one am I talking about? Realistic Population Revised? Is that the name? So here we can now see that our buildings will have more realistic populations. These are all the defaults. I haven't moved or changed any of them. They're all the defaults. But if I go and have a look at this guy, it's 2 households living in this one. You can clearly see that is 1 door over there and 1 door over there. 2 households makes a lot of sense. If we go over here, this will have to be 1 household. Exactly. This could be, 1 household yet again. This one is probably 2 households. It makes so much sense. This one is probably 2 households yet again. This one's going to be just the 1, and so on and so on. How many in this one? Just the 1. And in that one, just the 1. It's just a bigger house. So this one should probably be 2. Oh, no. It's just the 1 door there, but it is a little awkward, that railing right in front there. But anyway, that's the gist of it. So it means that we can expand and build a huge amount of stuff before we actually get to a place where it becomes problematic. Now, there's a couple of things I want to do in this episode. I want to expand into our we need a ton more residential stuff. So let's start off by doing more residential in this area. And what I want to look at is, what is this rural road that we're dealing with over here? What is this? This is a 2-lane country road. I just want to have a look what this is. I haven't actually think I've played with it. 2-lane country road. That might be just the kind of thing for us. What is this at? This is 80. Oh, that's the one I'm after. That's the one I'm after, to be honest. That's the one I'm after for some of these stretches up until you reach the town. Yeah, that's the one. Anyway, I'm not going to bother with that. Or, well, we'll see. I might tie in some of them. I don't think that's quite appropriate. I'm probably just going to go straight into some of these. So if we do, okay. So there's a couple of things that I'm thinking about doing in this episode. Now, I was thinking about starting our forestry industry. I'm thinking about doing our very first park around here. Let me drop this down a little bit so it doesn't scroll quite as quickly. Let's do that a little bit more. So yeah, that's a little bit more manageable. So yeah. The one is doing a park over here. The one is starting the forestry industry over there. And then the other is to build our very first train station in town. And I think this location over here is probably a good one. Let's do that. Let's grab a train station for ourselves. What is that? That's a bus rapid transit station. So we're going to go and start a train station. What is that? That's a freight terminal. We're not going to start with a freight terminal. What we're going to do is we're going to start with a stock standard train station. Of course, you need to place that on a road. Okay, so let's get ourselves a bit of a road going on over here. And what I'll do is I will then go back and do the. So if I do something like this, if I have to move the rail, I'll do it. Probably a little closer, something like that, maybe. So if we do that. And I'm kind of tempted to just run it straight into there because that's typically how these older towns would have worked. Now, with that in mind, can we now have a look at this guy? Actually, it works fairly nicely right over there. So let's pause the game. Quickly going to get rid of this. Up to about there. So now I've got a fair bit of room here for it. We will place it nice or fairly central like this. So we'll place that guy over there. That's okay. That's okay. Now let's try and squeeze this rail back in there. Okay, so with that in mind, that's actually not too bad. It's actually not too bad. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move it. And we'll do a few of these guys and we'll slightly move them in just a tad. Yeah, how about that? I think that's going to be just... Ooh, is that turned? Okay, well, let's use move it and let's get this a little bit better. Something like that. That means that we're kind of aligned so that at some point we can do a bypass. I'm quite open to a bypass when we need one, of course, in the future. So let's start it off like that, and then we'll tie it in. Ooh. Something like this, and what we'll do is I'm going to grab the mover tool yet again, and what we'll do is we'll just do that, and I think that's going to be the appropriate alignment. So there we go. Now we've got a train station over here. Now let's plan out a little bit of an extension of the town. We'll go and grab this road, so we can let the game play on again. What we'll do is we'll run this one pretty straight out of there. So now we'll get a bit of a four-way intersection over here. And we will not run it up against this thing, but what we could do is we could eventually plan to have this guy run through that way. So let's run it up a little bit more, say a little 3 more sections like that, and now we'll start turning it a little bit. Now, we could do underpass, we could do overpass, we could do stuff like that. In the future, of course, we're not going to do it right this minute. So what are we going to do with this road over here? I think we're going to bring it back out like so, and we're going to tie it in over here. So we're basically giving ourselves a little bit of room to at some point cross the rail over there. And now what we'll do is we'll fill in this area over here and see what it is that we can make happen over here. So I think it's quite appropriate for us to have a nice little tree boulevard coming straight from the station. And we'll start it off as a straight section. Then we'll curve it in. Something like that's okay. And we can probably come over here and tie that in on this side. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think it's fine. A three-way intersection over there is not going to be a problem. I think that's going to be just quite appropriate. It's quite good, all of these curves, so we're not going to have a very grid-like pattern. Let me just see, try and get as much of this, yeah. And straight through there. Beautiful. There's a little spot there. We'll see how that goes. So there we go. So now what I'm thinking we can do is we can certainly start putting some more commercial spaces in here. That's kind of the plan. So let's put some commercial spots right up there so they can start filling in. And now we need to figure out what we're going to do with regards to all of our residential components in this area. I'm thinking the slightly smaller roads yet again. This is the only one that's actually a two-way, so let's do that. You know what? We may actually need a couple more big ones. This is maybe not quite enough of that. So let's just go back to our standard roadway. We don't want everything to be like this. You know what? A little roundabout in this spot could be quite cool. So let's do that. Let's give ourselves a little bit of room here and there. And what I'll do is I'll do a small little roundabout in this location. So we'll use our roundabout creation tool. We want shall we do a one-lane roundabout? One lane road. One unit, one lane. No, let's just do a 2-unit, one-lane road. One-lane road grass. That's the one that we're going to use. This thing is going to be much, much smaller. Let's do that at like 15. What's that? Yeah, that's the one I'm after. That's the one I'm after. Set up with with the traffic manager, level the terrain. Let's do all of that and let's see how this looks. I don't mind it. I actually don't mind it. It looks pretty cool. It's not a massive roundabout. It's a small roundabout. Has this been set up appropriately? Let's just have a quick look. It actually hasn't. So what do we need to do? Shift, Control, click to do the roundabout component. There we go. So now it's been set up with roundabouts. Is that? Oh, that's just a car running through there. Okay, so with these guys, what I'm going to do now, actually, I didn't want to do that. Well, let's just get the road connections to start coming back in. Now I'll do this guy. Yeah, that's not bad. Not opposed. And this one will just run straight through here. Nothing too fancy. There we go. So that's quite an interesting little component. Now what we'll do is we'll grab slightly smaller roads. And, well, do we do the smaller roads, though? I think we're going to do the smaller roads. I don't want a lot of these big roads, to be honest. And what we'll do here is we'll try and do them. We'll have a look at this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make a pretty straight little section. Actually, no. So what we'll do is we'll do a little cul-de-sac over this side. We'll do that. Probably have another right over like here somewhere. So it means that we've got a little bit going on with some interest, and it's not going to be too problematic. So what we'll do over this way is let's run a pretty straight section out through here. Okay, and then what we'll do, ooh, is that's too much. It's not the end, because we're, yeah, it might be a little over the top. Let's trim it back a little. Just want to trim it back a little bit before we make those turns. Yeah, that's not quite enough. Straighten that out a little bit, and what we'll do is we'll do this. You know what? I'm going to tie that in over there. Look at that. So that's not bad. That's little residential streets over here at the back. So let's see about filling those in. I'll do some cul-de-sacs at the end of them at some point. But for the time being, what we'll do is let's go ahead and fill these guys all out. So we'll get tons more people actually coming to live here. There we go. Grab more people. We need way more people to come and live here. So let's actually speed things up a little. Yes, that's the one that I'm after. We'll speed things up a little. We'll get that one in there. We'll get these guys to do their thing. Probably get these in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just trim this back. I don't want them on top of the roundabout. Not that there's anything that's probably going to be built right there. Let's trim that one back as well. We'll do that. Yeah, that's better. Do that, we'll do this. I don't mind having a fair bit of stuff on these roads, and then we'll try and do a little something like this so it's just not constant. Okay, and we'll do the same thing over here. Let's do a little stretch like that. We'll do a bit this. Train stopping. Oh, we don't have any power out there just yet. We should have power there pretty soon though. Let's not fill in this section because I may do a little something extra. Actually, it's a pretty decent size there. If you're looking at a lower density type style like we are looking at over here, let's make sure to fill some of these in. Leave a little bit of gap there. Fill another one in there and do something like this. Similarly, we'll do a little bit of these. Yeah, we can do all two of them, and we'll leave a little bit of gap, and then we do something like that. There we go. So all of that. So we're seeing a lot of people moving in. And so what we'll do is we'll do a few little sections of roads in here also. We should have education popping up. We'll have a look at our city vitals in just a minute. Now, shall we... give it one more. Something like that. And then if we turn it up this way, yeah, that's going to be quite cool. We turn it up this way, we should be able to turn it back on itself like this yet again. Or do we finish it off up here somewhere? The problem with doing this kind of thing is that these smaller roads will get very busy really quickly, and we don't really want people to be doing that. Let's trim it back one. Ooh, that's more than I kind of expected it to trim back. But what we'll do, we'll try and turn it back on itself a little quicker like this. So it's pretty aggressive actually. Yeah. It's pretty aggressive turning in on itself like that. But we've got a couple of open spaces in here. What we could do is we could do a little connection straight through here. Ties it in like so. So hopefully that means you'll not necessarily run all the way through there. But actually, I'm going to take that out. This is not the right one. Let's see. How can we zone this? Yeah, the zoning looks pretty good. Let's get this all zoned up. Nice. Now let's clean out some of these. We'll leave, we'll come back for them. I think actually, to be honest, what we can do is we can now zone all of this because we've kind of finished off that section. So this is the nice little road over there. Awesome. Do we need any facilities? Let's have a look at our vitals watch and see what we have and what we don't have. We've got electricity, we've got water, we've got sewage. Landfill we don't have because we are actually processing garbage. Healthcare availability is there. The average health is dropping a little bit, so we may need a little bit of extra help over here. Look at the traffic over there. That's awesome. I love to see that. So that's something for us to do as we expand. A bit of fire hazard around. Cemetery usage is not bad. Crime rates popping up a little bit. School and things are okay. University obviously not available at this stage of the game. So let's just switch off the vitals now. So I think we may need to start looking at some additional facilities right over here. And to be honest, what we'll do is I think we'll trim back this a little bit. So let's trim it back over there. So what we can actually do is do a little bit of a couple of shops right in front of the train station. Maybe something like that over there. Another shop over here. And to be honest, I think that's probably about right. We probably don't need any more than that in this general location. So let's do a bit of this and then see about where we're gonna, what we're gonna do with the rest of this. Is it a big park that we put in here? What kind of parks can we actually do? We've got a dog park. We've got something like this, which isn't not bad at all. Though what I'd rather do is I'd rather get it to the back over there. So maybe a small little section of road. So give me this little section of road through here. And what I'm quite keen on doing is, well, let's straighten it up to the starting point. So we'll do that. And now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and tie it in over there. And I'm hoping to put the dog park right over there. Or whatever park that we're doing. Yeah, excellent. So now we've got a little park at the back there. I can actually see about tying these guys in. That's going to be pretty cool. That's going to be pretty cool. And then what we'll do is we'll continue to fill in some more of this. We'll probably put a house over there. We'll probably put some houses over here. Maybe more so something like this instead. Do a nice couple of houses over there. Maybe get one in that spot. Yeah, good. And do we need to fill in this? I actually don't think so. I think we'll just leave it like so. There we go. So there we go. That's a little bit better. What I can do is I can actually, with Anarchy, tie these in with little paths. And I thought, so what I'll do is, let's do this. Why? Try that one more time. So we'll tie that one in there. We can get some more stuff going on through there. What we'll do is we'll bring this guy in here. And then what we'll need to do is tie it in. But for some reason, this distance is way too short and it doesn't want to play ball. So let's in fact tie it in. Ooh, it doesn't want to. Can we just straighten it up? Yeah, we can. So let's just straighten it up like so. That's going to be pretty good. What we'll do is we'll also bring in... Okay, that's not quite what I had in mind. We'll trim that one back so that we can see about getting that back. We've got all the open space over here. So we can certainly... Well, maybe we'll cul-de-sac it in here. Otherwise, we can just kind of see about running a little path through there. That's all connected. So that actually doesn't look too bad. So this is a pretty good little spot. There's a little park going on over there. People are starting to enjoy this area. What we could do is we can see about additional police stations. That spot over there for a police station is actually pretty good. And we'll get another clinic somewhere. Can we anarchy it and put the clinic in over there? Yeah, that's good. I like that. And what we'll do is that's okay. That's going to be okay. So there's a little bit of commercial right over here at the train station. The train station for the town is like so. We'll see about what's going on with all of this. Now what you're starting to see is that we're actually getting this town pretty busy with traffic going through the main street. So what we'll need to do is start upgrading that main street as we go along. Let's quickly see about further expansions right over here. Let's go standards, large roads. Now, the question is, there's always a little bit of a discussion around whether you do T-junctions. I am not opposed to T-junctions. Whether you do T-junctions instead of the four-ways, I must say I'm not opposed to either. So what I'll do is let's actually run this a little bit like so alongside the rail, but slightly removed from the rail. So I'm a bit of a fan of what we're doing right over there. So what I'll do is let's see about turning this guy in like so, and then what we'll see is we'll run this guy. Interesting. Let's just straight line it. Yeah, that's the one. Straight line it straight through there. I think that's awesome. We'll do a bit of this. That's an interesting move. I didn't actually think that's going to be the case, but what we'll do is we'll reconnect that. There we go, reconnected like so. Everybody should be back up and happy again. Excellent. So now we should be able to do a few more things. Let's make sure to quickly upgrade this little section of road over here. We'll upgrade that, and we'll probably upgrade another little stretch as you get into town. That's awesome. So what we could do over here is we could do some parking at the back of some commercial facilities. What we could also do is we could also run. We could run this up. Yeah, we'll probably need to run it like this to the back there. And then we'll see about running it down and tying it in over there. And then we can actually get rid of some of these things. If I get rid of up to that, is that going to be connected to anything or not? Just have a look. It's actually not connected. Can we do something like this and see about getting that connected? Someone will want to live there, please? Is that going to connect at all? Oh, crap, it's not. Well, let's do that for now. Get some that all connected back up again. Oh, this is not connected either. Anyway, it's this is starting to look pretty good. I'm liking this. Let's see what we're going to do with the layout over here. Well, what we can do in the first instance is we're going to continue to use this area for commercial. So let's continue to zone some commercial in here. I must say the police station and stuff is pretty close by. So it might be a bit of overkill with the police and stuff. We just need way more people. Is that the case? Okay, the one thing that we haven't done is we haven't actually included something like a bus station. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build a bus station over here. I've got a few. Do I have a few assets? I've got only like these two. And this is a pretty... Oh, this spot over here actually looks pretty good. To have a bit of a bus station at the back over here. Can't do it on that side. We could do it over here, to be honest. That makes a fair bit of sense. So we'll do our town bus station right over there. Actually, that's a pretty damn nice bus station right over there. So what we'll do is we'll fill in a little bit more of the commercial stuff right over here. And going towards the bus station at the back over there. Let's just do that. So we'll do a little bit of this. Probably this street is going to become a bit of a commercial street all the way through. And we'll see what we do with that. That's going to be a pretty bigger, could be a bigger one. Now, what we'll need to do is, I'm also kind of tempted to throw in maybe a little bit of this. So let's see what happens with that, guys. So it's a slightly higher density building that's going to start to pop in over there. Shall we do a little bit more high density? I don't think so. I think it's going to be a little out of place. What we'll do is let's try and see if what a 3 by 3 high density looks like over here. So we'll get a little bit higher density over here. Hopefully, it's not going to be super problematic. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's the same style. It's just this has got a little bit extra parking towards the back. Now let's not continue that too much. So let's just see about actually running a bit of this in here, and we'll probably similarly run a bit of this down that way. So now we've got some more residential popping on in over there. Not got something on this road, not really, at least, and we'll do a very similar thing over here. Our population is slowly creeping up to the 1,000 mark. But yeah, it's a bit of a challenge to get that done. We've now got the bus station in there, so hopefully we can actually start running some buses at some point. What I'll do is I will do a slightly smaller road, and we'll just connect it straight through here as a bit of a straight section through there. What I'll do is I'll straight line it up to about there, and then what we can do is we can curve it in pretty aggressively and see about getting some stuff to the back here. There we go. So we'll get a little bit of stuff at the back of that location also. So let's see what we can actually squeeze in. These guys should be able to fill up quite nicely over here. So let's get those squeezed in. We'll see about getting all of this filled in. Let's not do that. And we'll fill in a little bit of that. So there we go. So now we're actually starting to fill this in. We'll have to see about this road. This road we're probably not going to do much on because we'll need to plan and keep that available for the future. Now let's quickly see here about getting all of this sorted out. That's going to be fine. It's going to be all the water you need right over there. Excellent. Everybody's filling in. What's our vitals watch looking like at the moment? We don't need anything. We don't have a university though. What's the demand over here? We've got a medium demand for residential zones. Yeah, there's got a little bit of a building over there. So town is starting to grow. This is kind of what our city center is starting to look like. So this we'll have to kind of densify this over time. Otherwise, we're going to continuously run into problems. I think I'm going to continue to zone onto this street. We'll leave a little bit of room for our intersections, but we're going to continue to zone on this street up to about there. Excellent. We'll do a little bit of this. Nice. Pull that in. There's a little bit of room for our intersections to grow. But I like it. This is a pretty busy main street. Now we've got a little bit of a commercial center over there. There's a few bits and a few shops right over here, which is all good. What we'll probably need to have a look at is what kind of a bus route we can start to run. But this is really how I think a sprawling little town will start. Now we do need to get ourselves into a little bit of industry, but there's no demand for industry at this point in time because we have got a pretty low population. Guys, so I think I'm going to leave it there for today. Do we need to do anything about our traffic just yet? I think we're probably getting close to having to do a little bit of work for the traffic, but I think for the time being, it's not too much of an issue. You know what? What I'm going to do is let's just get it over with, and we'll make the upgrade to allow slightly more free-flowing traffic. So before we end it off, let's just do a few upgrades through here. I think what I'm going to go for is the 3-2+1. This one is the one, or is it that one that I'm after? Asymmetric 3-line. Let's do the asymmetric 3-line. Not sure what the real difference is with this. But anyway, we'll go ahead and grab this. And so from that side, we'll start it out. We'll do this. We'll do that. We'll do... We'll do a bit of this. I'll have to do a little bit of a stretch or two over there. And what I'll do is I will upgrade that little section over there. Maybe do that one as well and do about something about this. So now there's a little bit more room for vehicles to maneuver their way through the town. And I'll do a few bits and pieces over here. Let's quickly take the traffic manager president edition, and we'll quickly see what we're doing over here. So this guy, I would much rather you not do that and you do through over there, please. I think that's a more appropriate maneuver. Similarly, I'd rather do it this way around. That's okay. That's okay. This is okay. That's okay. Yeah, so see, the three ways is slightly easier to deal with. I'd rather you go straight through there instead. And then on this side, things are, what we need to do is just make sure that we're actually continuously doing this. So what are you doing? What's going on with that guy? Where do you want to go? Oh, you want to go this way? Got traffic running through here. It's because it was a little bit of a glitch through there. So now we've got traffic running over that way. The traffic, I think, is balancing itself out, and that's kind of what is happening over here. So it should sort itself out. We're going to have a fair bit of traffic, but this is the way we like it, because now we've actually got something to do, something to fix, basically. So guys, that is where I'm going to leave this episode today. Please, we're still looking for a name for our little city over here, and ultimately it will be a massive city, and it's already starting to sprawl a little bit. Obviously, very low density at this stage. As we go high density, things will change quite a lot, and we'll have substantial amounts of additional people wanting to live here, work here, and all these kind of things. So until next time, bye-bye.